Howdy howdy legends, Zephyr here and welcome back to another ProGuides video. In today's video, we'll be covering the best weapon combos in Season 13 and why they should be used together. So buckle up because there are going to be some curveballs in this one. But first, our question of the day. Which two weapons do you like to use as your go-to loadout? Let us know in the comment section below. Personally, I've been using the R301 and PK for as long as I can remember. Coming in as probably the most common loadout to see, it is of course the R301 and Peacekeeper. This loadout is the most common because it provides the most to you for use in medium, long range, and short range. In Apex, these are three very separate ranges you'll shoot at enemies from when they're pushing at you, which is usually medium to medium long range, and once they get to you, which is close range. This loadout allows you to pick damage off as they push, and then the next choice is on you. If you get enough damage, you can opt into pushing the enemy that has to heal with your PK, or you can continue to shoot someone else with that R301. The flexibility you have with decision making with this loadout is really something else. So let's break it down. The R301 is a powerhouse at anything medium range, but has a weaker long range and a short range game. Its capabilities, though, in its less favorable areas, is still no laughing matter. The short range on the R301 is still very dependable, but slightly outclassed by the R99 and the CAR SMG. Its recoil in comparison to those two weapons, though it is very easy to control and correct for enemy movements, in the opposite spectrum at the long range, it is very outclassed based on damage output by every sniper, every marksman rifle, and the Flatline. The R301 is still good for getting a little evo damage here and there, though. When you combine the PK with the R301, you have a little more flexibility than most other loadouts. Having the Peacekeeper allows for you to actually hold a 1x or 2x on it as a backup sight, while your R301 has either a 3x or 2-4 for longer range engagements. This is something that is very overlooked, and if you're planning to run that combo all game, the 2x is going to be better for you at the end game when the ring is smaller. Do you need help finding the loadout that works best for you? Need to learn when to use different weapons and why? ProGuides has expert Apex Predator coaches on deck to advance your gameplay. They can spot flaws, give you detailed knowledge, and direct you on how to best spend your time to take your Apex ability to the next level. ProGuides is your one-stop shop for all things Apex Legends. As well as high-quality coaches, there are in-game tips, tricks, and guides suitable for any level of player. So, whatever your gameplay needs, we've got you covered. Why not sit down with an Apex Predator and get their input on how you can become the carry on your team? With their help, you'll be climbing the ranks in no time, no matter who you're teamed with. Check out the link in the description and let's go! The next combo still hits hard after its sudden change and rotation into the crafter, the CAR SMG and the Wingman. But let's all take a moment of silence for everyone who this has affected. Alright, to get this, you'll have to land on a replicator and get 60 crafting materials. But once you have it, I'll tell you what, does it strike fear into almost everyone when they get close to you. And by then, it's already too late. This combo deals so much damage so fast, it's almost impossible to outclass. While the range on this combo doesn't really go the distance, this isn't a problem due to the short range decimation it provides. Let's take a deeper look. The CAR SMG is an absolute animal when it comes to controlling a close range fight. Its ability to outdamage the R99 and shoot nearly as fast with less recoil makes it the current king of SMGs. Once you're able to master in close ranges, you'll have no problem using it for short to medium ranges as well. The CAR is still very decent at these ranges, but the recoil can prove to be too much for some. And there's no shame in this because you might just bait them in by putting an image of a free kill to them, but that's just what you want them to think. You want them to close the gap to you so you can let this weapon you have shine. But there is a better alternative for your medium range in this combo. The Wingman in this combo, despite being a pistol, is better suited for medium range here. Where the CAR falls off, the Wingman picks it right back up and provides the accuracy and damage output you need when shooting over longer distances. Having the ability to deal up to 71 damage per shot makes this better than even some marksman class weapons. The Wingman is also an extremely reliable weapon at close ranges. Having this weapon in close quarter fights makes you the target of the enemies due to your ability to ruin their days in 3 to 4 shots each. So be sure to use both your CAR and Wingman in this combo to deal as much damage as you can, as quickly as possible. Up next on our list is the closest rivals you'll get to in the top 3, and it's the Flatline paired with the car. Now, granted, half of this combo needs to be crafted, but it's still one of the most deadly pairings in all of Apex. Now, these two definitely suit certain legends over one another, a few being Horizon, Valkyrie, and Octane. Now, this loadout provides the entry damage from range, and then once you push the enemy, they'll have to face off the deadly car in its prime. While it suits movement legends the best due to their capabilities, it also suits the opposite end of the spectrum as well. If someone is trying to poke you when you have this combo, if you play it right by baiting them in with a little damage, you can catch them off guard, frying them from range with the Flatline, and when they're caught out, you can finish them off with the car. Now, the Flatline hasn't been directly in the spotlight, and it's been overlooked a bit until the 301 went into the replicator. Since that fateful day, the player base has discovered how powerful and insane the Flatline truly was. The Flatline has one of the highest DPS outputs in the game and has one of, if not the best, hipfire accuracy in the game. Despite it being a heavy assault rifle, you can take this gun anywhere from up close and personal to far distances to poke from. The way this gun can operate in both scenarios and everything in between is what makes it a force to be reckoned with. And when you pair this with the car SMG, you have a very powerful cleanup weapon for when your Flatline has to reload. When using this loadout, it isn't a bad idea to swap the car from heavy to light ammo so you aren't using all of your heavy on one weapon. Having even only 2 stacks of light is plenty due to you being able to swap over back to heavy ammo if you don't find any throughout your fights and looting. Having this buffer in ammo will come in handy not only to you, but to your teammates who are always asking for light ammo. Looking at you, Imperial Hal. Next up, we have a surprising entry as one of the less popular weaponry that pairs together like none other, and it's the Havoc paired with the 30-30 repeater. This combo gives you a marksman weapon for long range and an assault rifle for medium range. And if you find the shatter caps, hop up for the repeater, you have a trusty shotgun in your back pocket for when you need to be in close. This hop up is also extremely underrated and allows the repeater to be just as good, if not better, than the EVA 8. Now, let's take a closer look at him. The Havoc is a monster when paired with a turbocharger. Having this hop up not only gets you faster shots, but makes your weapon the highest damage output in the game as long as you hit everything. Having this weapon even at close range is a surprise factor due to its high damage output and will catch a lot of people off guard. Just be careful and keep an eye on your ammo count. This thing runs through ammo fast. Using this weapon sparingly isn't a bad option due to the rarity of ammo it needs, so I'd suggest running Loba to always having the black market at the ready when you run out of ammo. The 30-30 repeater is the most underrated weapon in the game, and it really has a lot going for it. Just as of recently, professionals have started running this weapon a lot more because of its great performance at range and close range, plus the change from the Wingman being in the replicator. This weapon makes getting your armors to a higher tier much easier because of its charge up for extra damage output, and at close range has a very good hipfire accuracy both with and without its hop up. Last up on our list today is the R99 in the Bocek. This combo provides all you need for close range and long range. From being able to stay hidden and damage your enemies to dealing fast damage close up, this combo when used tactically and to its strong suits makes this one of the hardest combos to fight against. The Bocek makes a great entry damage and defensive damage, making it easy for the R99 to shine its mag dumping for the remaining health the enemy may have. Now, the Bocek compound bow is easily the most annoying weapon to go against because of its lack of ability to be found when shooting at enemies from a distance. Combine this with a high damage output and quick firing when you have the Deadeye tempo hop up, and you will make the enemies want to find you, and by doing so, you get more damage. This weapon makes it easy for you to get Evo upgrades fast and pick up KP doing so, especially during the early game when people are scrambling looking for better loot. If you land on this and have some cover to work around you, you can start this process as soon as you land. This will burn through all of your enemies' meds they start with and make them easy to wipe. And best of all, you get all of your arrows back as they don't disappear like bullets do. Now, the R99 in this combo is your backup weapon for when the enemies notice you and want you gone. Having this weapon to do anything less than 120 damage is all you really need it for when the enemies are running full force at you. The R99 provides quick damage, making it so you don't have to fight any single enemy for too long, allowing you to get out-angled and outgunned. Granted, this weapon can be swapped out at any time for a car SMG. If you don't have a replicator or enough crafting to justify making one, the R99 is still reliable. While the weapon combos in this video are used together, it's their strong suits that provide substantial benefits. So don't be afraid to try to swap some weapons around so it best suits you and your playstyle. Believe it or not, all weapons are a viable option in Apex, and yes, this sometimes includes the P2020 and the Mozambique. You'll just need hammer points here and they'll fit nicely as maybe a dependable secondary or something off drop. Either way, that concludes our list of the best weapon combos in Season 13. But before you close this video, don't forget to like and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss out on any tips and tricks to improve your gameplay and news to stay up to date with Apex Legends. Until next time, I've been Zephyr, and I'll see you soon for another ProGuides Apex Legends video.